we got to go ahead and getting to the spoiler review. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, chat. I imagine I know the answer. I know some of you have seen this movie. I know one person has seen this film. But how many of you have seen the 2015 classic, The Gallows, chat? The Blumhouse, the found footage supernatural horror film, The Gallows. This is my first viewing, by the way. I've not seen this film before. Again, as you all know, I'm not the biggest fan of supernatural horror. I like sci-fi horror. I like body horror. But I'm not a big supernatural horror guy. I like cosmic horror, but not super. I don't like the ghosts. They bore me, chat. I'd be the character in the movie who's like, nothing, this isn't real. What are you talking about? And I get fucking taken up into the goddamn sky. And pieces of me would rain down upon you. That's what happened to me. I'd be the guy that would realize right at the last second that, whoa, that it actually is real. Oh my god, what do we have here? So, Chris here's a full chat. I know that you were the one. Austin, never heard of it? Grubby Aries, I've seen it. So, okay, so some of you have seen it. Thunder Lee, sadly, yes. Harold Buck, oh shit. Demon, never heard of it. Darkslayer, nope. Johnny Quest movie, I would like a Johnny Quest movie, Jake Luthor. I agree with you, Deus, welcome to stream, and thank you for the, let me get that amount correct, the 10 biddies. Thank you so much, my friend. Sir Shetty, I seen the trailer. They said the producers from the Paranormal Activity was involved, though it reminded me of something. Yeah, no, I mean, I believe it, because it's funny that you said, I'm actually glad, because I didn't realize that the producers of Paranormal Activity produced this movie, but it makes absolute sense, because this has all the hallmarks, not only a Blumhouse film, but really a Paranormal Activity movie, because, and this is the thing I'll admit, chat, this movie is bullshit. There's no doubt about it. Barely anything happens, and what happens in the film, it takes way too long to get to it, and what it is just so incredibly lame and unearned. But the one thing I respect about Blumhouse is, man, they know how to film on a goddamn budget. This movie cost you, and I believe it too, this movie cost $100,000 to make. $100,000, not $1 million, $100,000. $1/10,000, chat. Thank you, Darkseid, for the 5 biddies. The box office gross was $43 million. So, I mean, I have to tip my hat to them for that. I mean, they pulled it off. I guess they had, I remember seeing this trailer too, like a lot of you guys, and I was like, nah, I'm not interested. I don't like ghosts. But people went out and saw this in fucking droves. This was a huge commercial success for Blumhouse. I think, honestly, probably one of their most successful films to date. Now, they did do a sequel called The Gallows Act 2, which they didn't even put out the numbers for. I think people, because, well, that last one was fucking bullshit. We're not going to see that. So they were like, we're not going to reveal anything about that. I think it came out like last year, too. I think it was like a straight to VOD release or something. But so I respect the movie on that basis. Like, wow, you took literally nothing. You sold literally nothing to people, and they still came out to see the literal nothingness. And you made a shit ton of money. I admire that. From a business perspective, I admire that. But the film itself still offers really nothing to enjoy, in my opinion. But another thing, hold on, another caveat. One thing I do respect, chat, is that it harkens back to the day, which I used to do this when I was very young. See, Farrell, thank you for the 5 biddies. The main portion of the movie takes place in a school at night, so they sneak into the school, and I used to do that with my friends. I mean, we'd be involved, we'd go in on the weekends and shit, because we have to work on projects. But, like, when the school was completely shut down, and, like, all the lights were off, and there was always a certain creepiness about that, you know? When you go into a school, and, like, it's just dead silent, you just hear it, and some of these schools are fucking ancient, they're old as hell, especially where I was growing up, you know, in the city, chat. Not in suburbia, in the city, goddammit. And you would hear just the steam going through all the pipes and things just buckling and things. It was cool. And we had, like, a whole, like, basement and sub-basement level, which is very creepy. And so I could kind of understand, it's like, okay, this is kind of hearkening, you know, back to a day where people were in high school and they actually experienced, not fucking ghosts and shit, you know, using goddamn nooses and putting them around their necks and flying up in the air with them. But, you know, the setting itself, it's like, okay, I can get, like, it's a little spooky. You know, kind of, it sets the mood really well, in my opinion. But other than that, terrible film. Bat Shields, welcome to the stream. Chris, I'm still at work, still got a little over an hour. Then it's Chris and Blunt time. That sounds like a goddamn good time. Chris and Blunt time. I like it. Thank you to 10 biddies, by the way, sir. I was a little bit of a rapscallion, Chris here. Didn't do anything bad or anything. We weren't fucking messing up a set, chat. We weren't going to ruin all the sets and the programs and the costumes that the drama club, spent a goddamn semester designing just because one schmuck is too scared and too dumb to memorize his lines. We didn't do anything like that. We just go in there, we work on projects and things for school. Because I was a part of the film review club. And so we'd always go in there on the weekends and watch movies together and have parties and shit. We'd also explore afterwards. And it was like at 1 in the morning, it's like, oh, what's happening? Like that kind of shit. That's what I did. Lame shit, chat. Not cool. All sitting there with our fucking Coke chat and Mountain Dew having a good time. But chat, I gotta tell you about the Gallows here. You know about my school experience. Let me tell you about the school experience of some of these kids in the year 1993. Setting the scene here for you, chat. We're at Beatrice High School, and we're watching a high school adaptation of the play The Gallows, chat. And it sucks. It's not good. Doesn't help that we're watching this on a 1993 era camcorder, and we hear the goddamn parents talking over each other and they're like, this fucking play blows. Nah, actually being quite positive. They're saying, well, look at my kid. Look how good my kid is. So again, the parents came out in mass, faculty came out in mass, the student body came out in mass to support this play. And I was like, I can barely hear anything that's going on stage, but okay, we'll give it to them. And we're at the big climactic scene, chat. And we have this one high school student, which everyone's like, oh, he's the best actor among them. Charlie Grimmel, chat. He's so goddamn good. He's playing one of the principal characters, and he's the one that's got to go to the gallows, chat. And he tells his beloved, I got to go to the gallows. And she's like, no, don't, please. We have not had intercourse yet. And he's like, I'm sorry. I have to go. And so he goes up there, chat. Flowering language, speeches. And they got the noose around his neck. And then they bring out this one fucking kid who can barely read his lines. He has to actually read them off a page. And he's doing the accused, Charlie Grimmel's character, accused of adultery, blaspheming, and then fucking chat, the goddamn stage what he's standing on just fucking lets loose and he fucking hangs. It's like, boom, and Charlie's just dead. Instantly, just cracks his neck, and the whole auditorium starts screaming. Charlie's parents run up on stage. Charlie's girlfriend, Alexis, she runs up on stage. She's like, oh my God, what happened? It was a freak accident, chat. Something happened where he was not supposed to drop, and he dropped, and Charlie Grimmel's now dead. Now, cut 20 years later, chat. It is now the year 2013. We have obtained tapes currently in the possession of the local police department. It's for a case that they're currently investigating. And we're seeing the footage of one Ryan. Ryan's not a great guy, chap. He can give a shit less about his school. He can give a shit less about this play. But guess what, chat? The school, for whatever reason, on the 20th anniversary, the day before the 20th anniversary of Charlie Grimmel's accidental death, it was ruled an accident, chat. Everyone just decided, like, you know what? Let's do that play again. So first of all, why would you ever do a play, a notorious play, where 20 years ago you had one of your students die horrifically that was caught on camera? So again, stupid. Already really stupid. Extremely morbid. You're right, Chris, they're so morbid. And so, but apparently this one student, Pfeiffer, chat, she's the leader of the drama club, and she was adamant, like, no, this is not, we're not doing this, to be morbid. We are honoring Charlie Grimmel's memory. We're honoring the original students who worked on this play. That's what it is. And apparently the faculty went, sure, who gives a fuck? We don't care. Do whatever you want. And so that's what we're seeing, Chan. We're following Ryan. He's recording this play right now, and you can tell, very, very dismissive. Most of the time, he's just recording his buddy Reese, chat, because Reese got a little bit of a crush on Pfeiffer. And, Reese, he was like the captain of the football team, and suddenly he just quit getting the drama, chat. He has no acting skills whatsoever. Like, he gets up there on that stage, he's playing the character that Charlie Grimmel once played, chat. The man who went to the gallows. And every time he goes up there, he tries to deliver his dialogue. It's just stumbling, fumbling, forgetting his mark, chat. But good old Pfeiffer, she's like, no, you can do this. You can do this, Reese. And Ryan's just constantly harassing him, making fun of him. Ryan, of course, finds out that Reese is in love with Pfeiffer, and he just proceeds then to torture him with it. Again, shitty best friends, chap. Even long before he's like, oh, I'm going to go and tell everyone that my best friend, Reese, has a crush on this girl and just make his life even more miserable. I'm gonna continue. It's just the next 20 minutes, chat. It's just a series of scenes showcasing how Ryan is such a douche, and where he goes after the drama school kids. Like the drama school kids, they say something sarcastic to him, and that just fucking triggers him, chat. I don't know if he's like, he has got like self-esteem issues, but because he's a football player, and he's out there with his fucking girlfriend Courtney. Skylar, she's got one of those names, chat. I don't know what her name is. Cassidy. It's Cassidy. And Cassidy, they're all her and the cheerleaders. They're all smoking cigarettes because they can't eat anything, chat. They won't allow themselves. So they're basically starving themselves. It's terrible. And he's like, oh, it's so hot, babe, when you starve yourself. It's like, I know, it's great, it's great. She's always shaking, chat. She's always shaking. She has to put a cigarette in her mouth. That's what she consumes. That's her calorie intake for the day. And Ryan, he sees some of these goddamn kids walking these drama school, what's it called? The stage boys, chat. The stage boys and the stage girls. And they say something smart to Ryan. Ryan's like, I will not live that down. Fuck you. And he proceeds to grab a football and he just wails it. He just wails it at this stage boy kid, chat. This guy, he has a name, Pierce, maybe? I'm going to call him Stage Boy 1. He wails it at Stage 1, but boom, right in the fucking head. I mean, one, you hitting that guy right there. He has glasses on, so if you hit him with glasses on, chat, I mean, who knows what happened? The glasses could have broke and gone to his eye, but does Ryan fucking care? Of course not. He's a dumb kid. All he cares about is his girlfriend, who clearly is suffering from self-esteem issues and a chain-smoking habit, and torturing his best friend, Reese. And so he nearly blinds us. He falls on the ground, and he goes over. He's like, what are you going to say, bro? He's still recording. It's like, this is, oh, God. Again, establishing that I don't care about any of these characters, and I don't care what happens to them. I mean, I guess kind of Reese, in a way, because I kind of feel sorry for him. But again, he has no self-esteem either. So he shouldn't tolerate. The thing is, I don't like him either, chat, because he shouldn't tolerate Ryan's antics. He should shut that shit down, and it's like, you're not my friend anymore. Leave me the fuck alone. That's what it should be. Or he should go to the staff or the faculty, but again, they probably don't give a shit either. Like, that's just Ryan. He's going to torture him in the school. That's what every school had that. Those group of kids that the faculty and staff never did anything about. And eventually, Ryan, he does find out that Reese, he has feelings for Pfeiffer. He's got a crush on Pfeiffer. And then he immediately goes to tell Pfeiffer that Reese has a crush on her. And he's just harassing her the entire time. And, he's like, oh, come on. You know that he sucks, that he's terrible at what he's doing. How is this guy friends? I don't get it. But Pfeiffer, she's not having it, chat. She's like, no. Reese is going to do just fine. I can't wait for the play tomorrow. We're going to keep doing rehearsal. And then we get more antics. Then the stage boy tries to get back at, and he kind of does. He gets back at Ryan. They have like these, I forget this pulley system in, I guess for curtains and stuff. And for like the multiple like backgrounds for plays on stage. I don't know what it's called yet, the system. But it's like a weird pulley system. There's multiple pulleys. And stage boy, because I guess Ryan's also helping for some reason. I don't know why Ryan's, I guess he's another stage boy. I think he's obligated to do this. Maybe because he did something terrible, which I would believe he probably did. And so the stage boy that he almost concussed and blinded is that, hey, Ryan, could you come over here and help me with the pulley system? It's a little hard to get. Like, I'm weak. I'm whittle. He literally says that, chat. I just can't do it. And Ryan's like, oh yeah, self-esteem is back up, chat. He goes over there, and he's pulling on this fucking rope, chat, as hard as he goddamn can. And then the stage boy just flips the little switch. He goes, whoa! He goes up in the air, chat, and boom! Lands on his tuchus. Lands on his booty butt. And Ryan is peeved, chat. Everyone's mocking him. Everyone's Everyone's laughing at him, chat. And eventually, Stage Boy, he takes off running. Ryan, he gets him. He corners him, chat. And he gets a hold of him. And, like, they go through these two doors right to the outside. It's right at the side of the stage, chat. These two double doors, and they go out. And the Stage Boy's like, don't hurt me, please. And the teacher calls, like, all right, enough of that. No, I'm not going to be no repercussions, but let's stop. I don't care. I want to go home. I want to eat dinner. I want to go back to my terrible life with my wife who resents me. All right, come on. And so Stage Boy goes in, and Ryan, he observes, like, oh, this door, it's can't lock. And he asks some of the stage girls, some of the other drama students, hey, why doesn't this door have a lock? And they go, it's always been that way. Major plot point here, chap. Major plot point. Drink Luther, Chris, you know as well as I do, teachers very really give a damn about kids getting bullied. No, you're right. No, I know. It's sad. It's a sad fact. It's a sad fact. I know, but that's... So I guess the movie's being consistent. It's like, that's just how it is. Now, Chad, I want to make one thing I want to bring up, like, again, to show how, I mean, listen, the $100,000 budget, you still think that they could afford a good sound editing and sound mixing team, because it's so obvious that they have ADR over anyone who has the camera right now, because it doesn't sound natural. Because you're recording people on camera and they sound like they're recording on a camcorder. It's like, it sounds like that. So think of something like the Blair Witch Project or Cloverfield, or even something like Chronicle, more recent. Troll Hunter too, Troll Hunter. This film, chat, it's obvious that they did the person holding the camera's voice in post-production. That they record all those lines and layered it on top of what was spoken before. And that just takes you out of it immediately. It's like, come on, all the things you couldn't afford that. I mean, come on. You're not paying any of these actors anything. I mean, what, maybe they got like $5,000 each for like a couple days of filming? Because that's what the principal photography was not long. And so you're already failing at being a found footage movie by having a huge issue with your audio. So that's not great. And then chat, like Ryan, he meets up with Reese, and Ryan keeps torturing Reese, and Cassie's there smoking the cigarettes. And he's like, oh, like, Reese, you're gonna fuck up your lines. Listen to me, I got a plan. I got something that'll do good by you. I'm a nice guy. Why don't we infiltrate the school late at night while no one's around? I know a door that's constantly open that they never fix, and we can just ruin the play. We can tear down the sets, tear up the costumes, and then you don't have to perform, and then you can still go ahead and start banging Pfeiffer later on. He's like, you can comfort her, because this was her big thing that she's been planning for literal months. Just ruin her night. That's a shitty thing to do, chat. He's like, okay, I'm going to ruin something that this person worked on, put their, dozens upon dozens upon dozens of hours, their life force into, chat, tear it down, and then in their moment of sadness and just questioning themselves, I'm going to come in there and comfort them. That is some dark fucking shit. Sabotage! That's some dark shit. And Ryan's like, okay. It's like, oh my God. So again, setting up, I don't care about anyone in this movie. And if I don't care about you, then why should I care about the film itself? And so that's the plan. And we're going to go tonight. And then we cut to, this is stupid. We cut to Ryan's room, chat. And he goes, oh, it's a jump scare. And it's the dumb kind of scares where, remember when you were a kid, when you got the hoodies and you have the pulley strings and you would pull it so where you had like that little hole. That's all you could breathe through. And he goes, whoa, like that. That's a jump scare at the movie. It's like, okay, $100,000 is going well. that $100,000 chat paid for that scene. And he's just talking to the camera. And I'm like, what is he doing in here? And then suddenly his mom opens up. He's like, Mom, what are you doing, Mom? And I guess he was vigorously masturbating, chat, because he fucking flips out. And he's only in his boxer shorts, his boxer brief, chat, and in the hoodie. It's like, what were you doing? Or maybe he was just about to do something. Maybe he gets off at like that. He has a weird fucking hoodie fetish. And he's got to do this like multiple times to pump himself up. I don't know, but he fucking flips out. And then we cut to the next scene. And he's driving his car, chat. He's got fucking Cass smoking the entire time. And then he's stopping at Reese's house, chat. He goes in and he hears Reese and Papa Reese. They're arguing, chat. Reese's dad. He's upset with Reese that he quit the football team. Why are you hanging out with those drama dweebs, okay? That's for sissies. He doesn't say sissies, though, chat. He does not say sissies. And, Reese is like, I wanted to do it. That's what I want to be involved in. Fucking Ryan in the background. 'Cause he wants to fuck a girl. Ryan, you asshole, stop. And Dad's like, really? You want to get in some girl's panties? Is that what? It's like, Jesus. He's like, I want to listen to you, Dad. Oh, what do we got here? Schwaggers. Ooh, that's a great name, Schwaggers. I like that. That's a very good name. Let me go ahead and raise my glass to you. That's a nice name, my friend. You're my new Huckleberry. Hope you're doing well. Can a dude ninja masturbate alone, Mom? Please? And so Reese is like, you don't understand me, Dad. And then he leaves, and Ryan's like, don't worry, Papa Reese. I'll bring little Reese Jr. home later tonight. I mean, what does he tell his dad that they're doing? I guess they're like, oh, we're going to go practice for the play tomorrow? I don't know. Late at night? Like, when they know, our parents should know that school is closed. Parents are fucking dumb, chat. And then, so they drive to the goddamn school. They get up there, and there's so stupid. There's like little kid shenanigans. Again, Ryan emphasizes what a dick he is. Fucking kicks his girlfriend's legs out from under her as she's climbing up some steps. And she's like, ah! She's laughing. She hasn't eaten. She's just hallucinating at this point. She's seen weird shit. She's already in her own goddamn horror movie. She's always smoking the cigarettes. She has no idea what's happening. And she thinks it's hilarious that her fucking boyfriend kicked her feet out from under her. And Ryan and Reese are trying to hit each other's balls, in high school. Remember that, chat? When you try to grab each other's balls, that's what they were doing. So I guess that's accurate. Eventually they go up the steps, chat, and they go through the doors. The doors, as we saw earlier, the big doors, they're open when they should not be. And they go inside their chat and we get, oh, it's so spooky because it's a school at night. And because they say that, oh, it's so spooky because it's school at night. Stupid. And so they systematically begin taking apart the stages and shit, knocking over props and ripping up costumes. Cassidy, she's looking for any sustenance that she can find, chat, and she's like, does this have any liquid? No, it's no liquid. She just smashes on the ground, chat. She's like, no, and she keeps smashing the bottles. Like, Cassidy, no, you're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna slip on the glass. You can't have that. Eventually, Ryan's like, well, I'm gonna get my revenge on stage boy number 1 again. And he goes to Stage Boy's locker, chat, grabs a trophy or something. I don't know what he grabs something. And he smashes his lock off and goes in the locker. He's taking all the shit. Such an asshole. And he's talking to the camera here again, just recording the crime as it's happening, chat. Recording the crime as it's happening. And he's like, I got some outfits for Stage Boy number 1. And he pulls out, because, for stage hands, typically, chat, they wear all black. Usually it's like a black long sleeve shirt, black turtleneck long sleeve shirt, black pants, black shoes, so they kind of blend into the background, He's replaced his stagehand clothes, his stage boy clothes, with a long sleeve black shirt, except like the nipples have been cut out, so his man boobs are hanging out. His boobs will be hanging out, and he also has a little dolls black long sleeve shirt. He's like, this is my favorite one. He goes in there, chat, and we get one of the scary scenes of the movie. When he goes in the locker, chat, because he has the camera where it was originally. He walks over to the locker, and he's placing the shit inside, and the locker above him opens. Oh! And then when he slams the locker, the other locker slams at the same time. He's like, I'm great. And then he fucking walks away. That's a scare in the movie, chat. That's the horror that we are seeing in this film. And so, he walks back, and Reese, he's taking apart the stage and shit. Eventually, yeah, then, Cassie, she's just having a cigarette. She's just like, I need to eat something eventually. And eventually, okay, we did our business. Let's get the hell out of here. That's what we got to do. Oh, before they do that, before they said that, chat, they hear something. They're like, oh, they hear someone moving around, outside of the auditorium. And they're like, oh shit, okay. And so okay, let's go towards the direction of the sounds. Stupid. No, go toward the opposite way and get the fuck out of there. You're gonna get exposed. But these kids are dumb, chat. They're not good. Goddamn Ryan, he's an asshole. Cassidy, she's living her own fucking fantasy world at this point due to just nutritional deficiency. And Reese, he's an idiot too. And so they go up to the auditorium doors, chat, kind of the entrance to the auditorium. They open those up, and who's there? Fucking Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, what are you doing here? She's like, ah! That's a scare too, because they all start screaming at each other, chat. And they're like, what are you doing? What's happening? And they're all talking over each other. The ADR is terrible. And eventually, Reese, he's like, I'll explain everything to you, Pfeiffer. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. And eventually, I think what happens here? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So Ryan and Cassie, they're talking about some shit. And Cassie's like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go home. I was like, this isn't fun anymore. I need to eat something. I'm ran out of cigarettes. Okay, I'm fucking addicted. All right, I need something. I don't want my nicotine patches. I don't want my big chew. I need something. Let's go home. So she's freaking out. Eventually, Ryan, he's a big dick. He's like, oh, yeah, Pfeiffer, we came here to destroy the sets and the props and shit. And Pfeiffer, she's crying at this point. She's traumatized. She's like, why would you do that? Why? Because, Reese lies. She's like, I came here to practice. Ryan was going to help me. He's going to record me. Cassidy was going to fill in for your part. And he just totally lied to this girl he has a crush on, chat. Great start to relationship. Darkseid, thing with the 5 biddies. These assholes know sort. They do not. Oh, do they not? Thank you, my friend, for the 5 biddies. Duma, welcome to stream. And so Pfeiffer, she's like, I want to get out. And so she goes towards the doors that are always open. They're always you can open, chat. And they're like, oh, shit. And, then she's pushing the doors, they don't open. And they're like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? And they're like, the doors don't open, chat. They're stuck. And like there's a lock on them now. It's like, what's this lock thing? They're twisting the lock chain. It keeps spinning. Like they can't get out. And they're like, what the hell is going on? Elliot, thank you for the 200 biddies donation. It's going very well, my friend. How are you? We're just at the part where the spookies are gonna happen. And so everyone's yelling over each other. Everyone's freaking out. And that's where, I mean, that's all a mixed bag at this point, Chad. There's various scares and scenarios. I'm gonna tell them the best I possibly can. And as they're all yelling at each other, they fucking hear something, Chad. They hear some goddamn footsteps above them. Like, what the fuck was that? Oh, no, we're not that part. No. It's like, okay, we gotta find a new way to get out of here. And so they go throughout the school. Then we get to like the fucking basement and sub-basement of the school, chat. And they go into they find like this weird, fucked up, like tunnel that's off on one side of the stage. And they all go in there. They go in there, chat. Hold on, my PS4 is gonna shut down. Don't shut down, PS4! And they open this door. It's like a big black, just obelisk door, chat. And it's like, this looks safe. And they push that door open, and it's this long hallway. And they hear like the shh, like static. And they just go down this hallway, and they open this one door, and there's this television set, like this old tiny television that has like the turn dial and everything, chat. And they go over the TV, and they're like, what the hell is this? And then fucking Pfeiffer, she presses like a button or something, and blah, the footage. And it's 1993, chat. And it's the Gallows, featuring the late Mr. Charlie Grimble, whatever the fuck his name was. And we're seeing his death play out. When his death happens, blah, the screen goes so crazy. They're like, ah! And they just fucking take off running, chat. Like, what the hell? Oh, no, before that, they also see a news report. It's spliced to footage. Someone did some good editing on this, apparently. Because then it was spliced with footage of newscasts relaying, like, oh, well, just tragedy and everything. And apparently, chat, we learned Charlie Grimble, he was not supposed to be on stage that night. He was the understudy. He was the understudy for one Papa Senior Reese. It was Reese's dad, chat. He was the one who was supposed to be the guy who went to the gallows. And little Reese Jr., he's like, oh my God. He has a mental breakdown. He just starts fucking running, chat. He takes Ryan's camera and he just books it. Everyone's like, where you go? Where the fuck you go? What's happening? And, you know, like lately with Ryan in the dust, like, Ryan's like, hey guys, come on. I'm likable. Don't leave me here. And so Reese, he goes, because he wants to confirm what the television said. And so he goes to the, because they have like a memorial for Charlie Grimble and the play of 1993. Stranger Dude subscription, thank you. Oh, chat, we gotta do some cartoon polls after this too. Thank you, Stranger Dude. Welcome to stream. Good evening. And so he goes over there, chat. He smashes the glass, chat, with his bare fist because he's a tough guy. He's very dramatic. He's a football player. He bashes that in, takes the picture, and he's reading it. He's like, oh, it's my dad. It's my dad, and that's Charlie Grimble right next to him, because Charlie Grimble, chat, he was supposed to be the Hangman, and maybe he is. And then they're like, what happened to Ryan? And we cut back to Ryan. Chase like, guys, he's not tough anymore, chat. And we get this protracted scene of Ryan. He goes into like the abode. I don't even want to describe it, but it's the dwelling of the janitor. Like he's Gollum or some shit. He's Schmeagol. And we see all this old shit surrounding the guy's desk and everyone else around. He's got like a sandwiches pen, like all rotten sandwiches and these several cups of coffee that are in various mold. And he's like, what the hell is this? What kind of janitor is this? He's like a monster. And he's like, whoa. And then eventually, Chad, he sees like a little way, like a tunnel that is you have to crouch to get through. You got to go on your hands and knees. And you know, Ryan, known for his survival instincts, goes, that looks safe, and he proceeds to wedge himself through this little tunnel, Chad. And he gets into this, again, every school has like these rooms, and like, what the fuck is the purpose of this room? I guess it's just storage. And he's looking around, he has night vision on his phone, because Reese stole the camera. And he's looking around, Chad, and he's hearing like, and he goes to the far side of this weird fucking room, and he looks above him, and it looks like the pulley system from earlier, and it looks like, chat, we see a body just going back and forth. Is that the body of Charlie Grimble? Has he been rotting there for nearly 20 years? We don't know. Because then we hear a scream, and it's like, oh my God, and he runs back, and then, chat, we cut another hard cut, and we cut to the group again. They're reunited. And they're like, why'd you leave me there, bro? Why you fucking running, bro? And like everyone's yelling at each other. Pfeiffer's crying. Courtney's just, I need to figure it out. I need something. God damn it. Everyone's freaking out, chat. And then eventually, but then they hear it. Boom. 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 Above them, chat. They hear these footsteps, and it's like, who are those footsteps? Everyone's just quiet. Like, oh, shit, what is that? And fucking poor goddamn Courtney, whatever the hell her name, Cassidy, chat. Cassidy, I don't remember her name. Cassidy. She just happens to be just right in the path above these footsteps. And everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? And then all of a sudden, chat, we see her just, she's taken up into the air. She's like, she's being hanged. It's like, whoa, what's happening? And then she just drops. And she's like, oh my God. Chat, it looks like something like a phantom noose got her. And they see like the mark on her skin, like it's heavily bruised. And they're like, we gotta get out, we gotta run, we gotta get the fuck out of here. And then, Ryan at this point, he's like, all right, fuck this. Fuck this. I'm getting us out of here, okay? Because then he notices a vent right above the door, Chase. Like, we're gonna go up that goddamn vent. I'm gonna go in there. And then he just starts to freak out because he's like, you know what? Charlie, because again, everyone says it's Charlie. It was just decided that Charlie's the one. This is all real. There's ghosts and shit. Charlie. Guys are always saying Charlie. You know what? Fuck Charlie. Fuck him. I'm glad he choked. He's like, oh, don't say that, man. And Ryan, like, oh, geez, man, you were tempted fate. And he gets this big old fucking, ladder, chat. He goes right, not even, positioning it under the grate where he should have. He positioned it in such a way where he's still kind of out of reach of it. Which is so stupid. It's like, I almost got it, guys. You could just move the ladder over, Ryan. You could have done that from the beginning. He's like, no, I gotta reach. And then all of a sudden, it's like he's hit by a football to the head, chat. That's good. That's a little bit of comeuppance for you. A little bit of karma. And he is blasted off the top of this ladder, chat. Boom! Leg is just mangled, chat. It splits in two different directions. He's like, ah! I mean, good, because fucking Ryan, no one cares. And he's screaming his ass off. Cat's like, oh my God, Ryan, give me a cigarette! And she just needs it, chat. Everyone's just freaking out at this point. I think fucking Pfeiffer, she takes off. And Reese, he goes after her, and he's like, just stay with Ryan. He's like, don't leave me, bro, don't leave me. And then Cassie's like, I need a cigarette. And she leaves. She leaves Ryan. And then she's like, guys, I need help. We need to help Ryan. And the doors close, chat, to the stage. And they're like, oh shit. And they can't get open. They're like, no, Ryan. And then it's like, oh, what's happening? They hear all these shenanigans happening on the other side, chat. They're like, what the hell is going on? And eventually, the doors do open. After a half minute, after a beat, they do open, and Ryan is not to be found, chat. And they're going around, and they see his phone. It's been split in two. It has the night vision on. They're like, oh no, what happened to him? And then we get another hard cut, and we see what happens to Ryan, chat. No mysteries left to what happened to Ryan. And he's fucking on the floor, and his leg is all bent to shit. He's crying, he's blubbering, chat. He has shit and pissed himself. He's just in his own mess, and good, the way he was treating those students earlier, chat. And then, he's fucking blacking out each time or something, but then he sees him, chat. He sees the hangman, and he's getting a little bit closer each time. He's like, oh! He's trying to, scooch his butt back, trying to get away from him. But he's always a little bit closer, chat. He's like, trying to turn around and stuff. Eventually, the hangman's not there. He's like, oh, Jesus. Well, clearly, he just went away. I'm gonna be and the fucking noose wraps around, the invisible noose wraps around his head, chat, pulls him all the way up into the air to the pulley system, and he vanishes, chat, and his phone falls down. He had with the little, goddamn, light. And it's like, we don't know what happened to Ryan. And then we cut to Reese looking over the phone. The phone's recording him. But Ryan is gone, chat. I think he's dead at this point. Now they pick that shit up. Eventually, Reese and Phoebe are like, okay, Pfeiffer, excuse me. We gotta think of a plan to get out of here. There must be another way. And they kind of set Cassidy in another little room for now to figure something out. And Cassidy, I think she has Ryan's camcorder at this. I don't know. She has Ryan's camcorder, I guess. Maybe her own phone. And she's just recording herself going, Jesus Christ. And the mark on her neck is getting worse. It's no longer bruised. It looks like it was it's like her skin is starting to blister and peel off and bleed. And then from out of the darkness, you fucking see the hangman's right there. He's just looking, he's just watching. He's slowly coming in the frame. And but then he gets out of the frame because, Cassie, she goes up there, it's like, okay, I gotta change the setting, gotta get my filter. And then when it happens, chat, fucking hangman's like, I'm your new goddamn filter, bitch. And he takes her, he uses his phantom noose. And he drags her across the floor, chat, and we see her disappear into the school where she forever will be. And so Cassidy's dead. And then we cut to Pfeiffer and Reese, and they're like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. We gotta do something. So they eventually, oh yeah, so now they saw what happened to Cassidy, I guess, and they're in this new tunnel, I think, trying to find a way out. And eventually, they turn the fire alarm on. That's what they do. They turn the fire alarm, trying to get the cops there. It's like, all right, fuck it. Who cares? This giant ghost, weird hangman guy is coming after us. And so, but eventually they get to this weird tunnel. I guess it's still near the stage, the theater stage. Like, it's going to be like above it. And the hangman's there. And like, oh, shit. And they go up a ladder, chat. They're fucking screaming and hollering and stuff. And the hangman's just like, he's reaching for him. Terrible mask design for the hangman. Just looks lazy. But they eventually get to this whole new room. It's like the attic of the school, I think. And they're up there, and I think, like, Pfeiffer at one point, like, I don't know, does she get, like, new steer? No, that actually happens, chat, so they still hear the fire alarm. She's just freaking the fuck out. Eventually, the fire alarm stops. They said, oh, the cops must be here. We got to get down. And they go, because they can't go back the way they came, because the fucking hangman's there. And so, like, we got to go this way. And they go this way, chat, and they find the crumpled photo of 1993 again. And it's like, okay, well, there's the photo again. So clearly this guy is just fucking with us. Clearly Charlie Grimble blames my family, and turned me for his death. And, like, I'm the one he wants. Pfeiffer, it's not you. I got to get you out of here, Pfeiffer. And eventually they get back downstairs, and very easily. And it's like, and the fucking front doors are open. The doors that, like, they're supposed to be open all the time because the lock's busted, they're open. He goes, oh, fucking cool. And, like, let's go. And they fucking hightail out of there, chat. Fucking Reese, he jumps out of there. She's like, woohoo! I'm on size freedom. Hey, Pfeiffer, aren't you? Oh, Pfeiffer? What? She didn't make it, chat. She's not there. And he's like, oh, no. And again, fucking idiot. No surveillance. I would have been like, you know what? Fuck that. Fuck her. I'm done. Have her, Charlie. I'm good. I would have hightailed out of there, chat. Yeah, I'm a goddamn coward. I've survived. No, it's not cowardice. It's survival instinct, baby. That's fight or flight instinct. And my instinct is saying flight, flight, flight. Can't fight against a giant hangman ghost. No, thank you. Leave that to the Mystery Incorporated guys. Fucking Shaggy, Fred, Daphne, Scooby, Velma. They'll all be dead anyway. And so he's like, well, I gotta go in there and save her because I love her. And so he goes back inside like an idiot and hears her choking, chat, getting the phantom noose. And he's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And she's on the middle of the stage, chat. And all of a sudden, boom, the light comes on. This big old light comes on, chat. And you see, it's like, oh, Charlie Grimble, he wants a fucking audience. And then, goddamn, oh, it is a twist. Yeah, we got a twitch coming to here, chat. I forgot. One thing I mentioned earlier. Hold on. Pause on this scene. While filming the play, while practicing the play, Ryan interviews several people in the audience, and it's so quick, it's so forgettable, you just forget about it. And he focuses on this one woman. This is one woman who is always sitting in the same spot while watching this particular rehearsal. And he goes over to her. Her name is Alexis. And he says, why do you come here? She's like, oh, well, I was here for the original play. I sat in the audience. And he goes, you were here for the 1993 play where Charlie fucking Grimble got? And he's like, yeah, he got hard. I'm like, whoa! And that's it. And then, chap, cutting to here. So they do their scene, Pfeiffer and Reese, and they're very good. Yeah, it's actually very good. It's probably the best act in the movie. And he goes up to the stage, chat, and he fucking puts the noose around his neck. And he's like, okay, Pfeiffer, this guy, he has me, get out of here. But she keeps going on with it. She keeps saying the lines and everything. And she's just putting her all into this chat. She is gnawing on that scene. And he's like, Pfeiffer, what the fuck? Just get out of here. I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to... Dead, chat. He gets hanged or hung, whatever the right word is. And he's dead. And then Pfeiffer, she looks out into the audience, chat. And she takes her hand, outstretches it. And fucking Charlie Grimble grabs it. He takes her hand, and they take a bow. They take a bow, chat. Oh, and you hear... And the lights come up, chat, and who's out in the audience? Alexis, the woman who Ryan talked to, who said she was there in the year 1993. That's what happened, chat. And then we cut to black. And now we're following a police officer. We're following a police officer, chat. He's like, this apparently is the home of the suspects. We're going in. They fucking bust down the doors, chat. Seems like an ordinary kind of apartment. A lot of old furniture. A little creepy. It's like, all right, I mean, this could be an old woman living here, and she's had this since, the 50s or 60s or something. And he's going to, but then it gets creepier, chat, because eventually he goes through and he's like, it's police, open up. And he opens up the door, chat. And it's like, oh, we're led to believe this is Pfeiffer's room. except it's filled with memorabilia of the Gallows play. And it's like she's drawn all the imagery. She has like fucking severed doll head shafts because nothing says creepy like a severed doll's head in a noose. All that shit. He sees the television. It's playing Charlie Grimble's death again in 1993. And who does he fucking see over the bed? He's like, oh shit! We see Alexis, the woman from 93, chat, brushing the hair of Pfeiffer. Brushing the hair of Pfeiffer, chat. And it's like, oh my god. She's the daughter of Alexis. Not only that, chat. Not only that. She's also, chat, the daughter of Charlie Grimble. Good old Charlie and Alexis, they got busy at one time. She got preggoed, birthed Pfeiffer, and went insane. And so they've set up this whole thing where Ghost Charlie Grimble can get revenge on everyone. Certain people, I guess, just assholes. I guess I don't like high schoolers. And like, again, who doesn't? And that's what they did, chap. And the cops are like, what's happening? And it's like, I gotta get back up here. It's some weird shit. And the guy gets fucking phantom handshake, gets sucked into a wall. He's like, whoa! And then cuts the black chat, camera cuts back on, and it's the hangman's Charlie. He's like, ah, and he kills him. And that's the Gallows. That's the Gallows. What a twisty twist. So Pfeiffer was the daughter of Charlie Grimble, chap, who was a ghost. And Alexis, I guess, went crazy somehow. That's the movie. That's the Gallows. Terrible, chat. Any of the scares they have in here are either jump scares or just not earned. There's not scary at all. You know, this movie is as scary as the times when I went into my high school late at night during my fucking film club and we would explore afterwards and shit and go on the stage. Like, it is that scary, which is not scary at all. That sounds awesome, says Strangers. Well, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, guys, it's pretty bad. It's very boring too. Like, they knew, like, okay, we gotta get these people out of the fucking theater. 82 minutes, and we got 5 minutes of credits. So technically, it's about what 77 minutes. So I mean, Jesus, barely a film, chat. Yeah. What's the runtime, Juicy? 82 minutes. But you made it sound good. Well, I'm glad I made it sound good. Made him exaggerate a few things. Haven't seen it so bad. Yeah, it's not great.